Hey everybody, it's Christopher Not Walking, and welcome to the Dirty Nerdy Show. We got a new segment for y'all. It's called WTF is Happening, and with the news from the Justice League yesterday, we gotta talk WTF is happening with the Justice League, and I got a special guest today, you guys. Remember, I told y'all we would have her on the show when we could, and we got Libby Collins of the Lazy Sea Cookie Company. What's going on?
Not much here. I'm trying to stay cool. It is hot out there.
It is like crazy outside over here in SC.
Right? I think, well, it says it's 87, but I'm pretty sure it's hotter than that out there. Oh, it says a high near 93.
Oh, Lord. No. I'm going to just stay inside all day.
Well, you're over on near the coast. I mean, at least you get, like, some kind of breeze, right?
Little bit, but not much.
I'm like literally dead center in the state.
Out in the middle, like, yeah. That's where it's the hottest right now.
It is. It's. I ain't going out there. I got a beautiful backyard with ravens in the trees and all kinds of birds and butterflies that come into my yard. And I have one of those nice little swings with the cover on it, and I can't even go out there. It's too hot. Yep. And I like it hot.
Yep. I got a lot of questions for you. A lot of cookie questions. But first, we got to talk about the Justice League. So, you heard the news yesterday, right? What'd you think of the whole Justice League being one movie now and everything that they released from the logo to...
I liked the logos. I did. I liked the logos.
I feel like they were done in paint.
But they did well, but they're DC.
Yeah.
I mean, I really hate to be like that person.
Yeah.
But I mean, the Cyborg one, was absolutely my favorite.
Yeah.
And it's like I really, with all the Batman stuff, I am kind of over Batman, and I am kind of over Superman right now. And I really can't wait till I can see the actual Batman versus Superman. I haven't had a chance yet. I don't do movie theaters. I can't. It's really, really hard. It takes a lot to get me to a theater. I didn't even get to see the new Avengers, Civil War. I didn't even go to see that in the theater.
I've seen every one of these movies opening day.
And so it's like, it takes a lot to get me to the theater. And but I'm kind of over the whole, but I have heard that Wonder Woman steals Batman versus Superman, which makes me so happy.
She does.
I will tell you, running around as like a little person, my underoos, Wonder Woman. I had the headband and the glove, her gauntlets, and I had the lasso, and I tortured my brothers. I'll tell you what.
You were telling me the truth.
I will tell you what. Yeah, you will tell me the truth. What'd you do with my $2, right? But
imagine if Will Smith from the Concussion movie had the lasso of truth. That movie would have lasted like all of 5 minutes. All he would have had to do is be like, you tell the truth.
Yep. So many sitcoms need the lasso of truth. I mean, for real.
Just have Wonder Woman just come in like mid-scene, be like, you tell the truth, and then just walk off.
Just puts the lasso around everyone, right? Yeah, that would fix a lot of problems, but then we'd lose a lot of entertainment. So, whatever.
I'd find it personally entertaining for me.
Well, this is true. We'd have so much more, we could fit so much more primetime TV in with Wonder Woman going around fixing all the sitcom problems.
It could be in all the reality shows, and then you could cut those seasons in half, and then you'd have...
And then put real good stuff on, like Constantine.
I love Constantine. He was over on Arrow.
He was, and I'm still so glad that, well, at the point, I still have to catch up on the last third of all the DC TV stuff. So Superman or Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow, Arrow, and Flash, which makes me sound like a really bad fan, but it's life's busy, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I was saying the other day, I felt to my husband, I said, I felt bad for Jason Momoa. He's so excited for Aquaman. I mean, I follow his Instagram, and I've got him on Facebook and all this, and, well, his like page, not him personally. But I see him, and he's doing all of this, and he's so excited for it, and I'm like, I'm sorry you're stuck with DC.
I love DC Comics.
I love DC Comics. I've not been thrilled with what they've been doing with their cinematic and their TV. I think they've missed their audience. Because it feels like, unlike Marvel, Marvel runs the show like a bunch of comic book kids. There's one person in charge, and everyone does what the one person in charge does. Whereas DC's stuff mostly feels like it's a bunch of movie studios running the thing, and what comic book fans, what the fans of the properties like, is secondary. They're like, it feels like DC, Warner Brothers is going, what's going to make us the most money? Not realizing that if you actually pandered to the fans, if you gave to the fans what they actually want and what they love about their heroes, that they would make more money. And I realize they're trying not to be Marvel, but it's comic books.
Yeah. I feel like the thing with DC is, it's different, and they wanted to go for a darker tone, but like DC's characters are so different that it would work if it was just Batman. Batman can be a dark tone, but not necessarily. You can't necessarily do that with, let's say, like Green Lantern or like even Superman to an extent. Right. Definitely not the Flash.
No, and I love Grant Gustin, and I love his Flash. Absolutely. Like, he stole my heart when they introduced him on Arrow. And before they even started the series, he won. But of course, I love Arrow. Never was a big Green Arrow, the comic books. I mean, I read them, but it wasn't like, oh, I have to have the new one. It's out.
Yeah.
It was just like, it's there. Some of it is silly. It's campy. I love that about DC. You get a lot of camp. And I think that their TV shows are catching the camp.
Yeah.
They're catching the fun.
What do you think of the whole Rebirth thing that they've got going on? Because I've had a chance to read some of the Rebirth issues and some of the number ones that have came out, and I love it.
I haven't gotten there yet. We don't have a comic book store in town.
What?
Nope. 20,000 people. We've got a tiny little town. Well, heck, even it's a 30-minute drive up to Columbia, or over to Columbia. I always get confused as to where we are. I've lived here since January. It's still new.
Yeah.
But like, there's like a couple of tiny comic books stores that I have yet to have been into, because I usually have a reason that I'm going to Columbia, and I got to get that done. And by the time I get around to doing anything else I might want to do, it's too late in the day.
Yeah.
And so, but I am looking forward to some cons that are here, because, I mean, I cosplay. You've seen my cosplays.
Yeah. You have your cosplay on Instagram?
I do. My username is, let me get it right.
We'll put it in the link. We'll put it in the description.
Yeah, but I am. I'm on both Instagram and on Facebook with my cosplay stuff. Although my cosplay Instagram kind of is like my default Instagram. If I'm doing fun stuff, that's where you're gonna see all of my fun.
Yeah, we'll link it in the description.
Cool.
So you guys can go check that out and look at all our cool cosplay stuff.
The Cookie Company also as well does have an Instagram, and I post I post a lot of cookie memes on there.
Oh yeah, we're definitely going to be posting that too. We got to talk about that. What made you want to get into the cookie business?
I bake. I bake all the time. I mean, you've seen me in the kitchen with my computer when we would hang and chat, that I would be literally in the kitchen doing something all the time. I had actually, I had made cookies for my husband one day, and my daughter took some of them to school.
Nice.
And, well, she took half the batch to school, and she gave them away. And I was like, girl, you can't just be giving away the cookies. And she's like, well, why? And I'm like, because that stuff costs, you know? And she's like, well, and I'm like, look, if you're going to give them away and get some money out of it, you know? Like, let me buy supplies. And, like, it was like, we were off and running, man. There was no stopping it. And then I had sent a care package to one of my friends up in Montana, who I'm still all really close to. And they were like, why aren't you selling this? Because these are the bomb. These are better than anything I can get, even in some of the bakeries up there, which I have one of my friends that I went to school with, her family owns one of the bakeries. They don't do cookies. They do cakes and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like donuts. Oh my God, their donuts are the best. But I ain't getting into the donut business. Cookies are my thing. They always have been. I love Christmas time, holiday time, the best, because that's cookie central, man. As soon as the weather starts to cool off, cookies are coming out of my oven like no man's business.
Yeah, I bet you get a lot of business around that time, too.
And it's like, well, I'm new. I really literally just a few months ago was like, yeah, I need to do this for real. And so I kind of just sat down and I looked at my money and I said, I can do this. I'm going to have to be real small. You know, I can't just go out and, you know, put the money down for a shop in town and everything. Like, you know, plus we're military.
Yeah.
And my husband is a few years out from retiring, and we're not planning on settling down here. So I'm like, why am I going to start a business in a, you know, brick and mortar store that I'm just going to have to close in a couple of years?
Yeah.
And I figured doing it this way, going online, you know, and selling this way, I can build a business base. I can save money so that whenever we move to wherever it is we're going to be, I'll have the money put aside to be able to actually having a real store. But I still want to offer, you know, my cookies to anyone who wants to buy them. You know, it doesn't cost much to run the store online. So I'm like, this is easy. This is fun. This gives me something to do.
Yeah. How do you come up with the names? Because the one I saw, the one that I got, Death by Cookie.
Death by Chocolate.
Death by Chocolate? Oh my God. That was so great. Like, how do you come up with the names for these?
Well, those that I love these are family recipes. Like, they've been made for years and years and years. Some of them are my grandmother's. Some were my great-grandmother's. Some are my mom's. Some are mine. You know, that I've come across and I've changed and made into my own. Because I just can't, you know, I can make Toll House cookies all day, and they're delicious, but when I put my little spin on it, they come out, everyone's like, more. You know? It's that little extra love that you put in them.
Yeah.
And so, but Death by Chocolate, those, I melt milk chocolate into the actual cookie base, into the cookie recipe.
Yeah.
And then they've got the semi-sweet morsels in them. So it's 2 kinds of chocolate plus cocoa. I think is in that one too. So you've got 3 kinds of chocolate.
Yeah.
And you tasted them.
Yo, I demolished.
Yeah, right. And if you ate all in one sitting, did you eat them all in one sitting and send yourself into a diabetic coma?
I mean,
did you get the itis?
Yes, I did. I had a little bit of help though. Like, one of my sisters came over and she helped me.
Oh, she helped you eat them? Oh, so you didn't eat all of them and end up in the complete and total diabetic coma.
No, I had help.
In the chocolate coma. And it's like, well, of course, I'm a geek and I'm, you know, I can't help it. So like, I belong to a runners group on Facebook, and we were talking about it's themed. It's a themed running group, and it's the Whovian Running Club. Those guys are going to love me. Doctor Who. I love Doctor Who.
Yo, shout out to Blake V from AfterBuzz. She might be coming on when we start talking about Doctor Who later on next year.
Yeah, I saw the other day that they were just starting filming for this new season, which kills me that I have to wait all the way till Christmas.
Yeah.
I don't get any new Who this year. It's so sad, but that is life, the life of a fan, right? You got to wait for your properties. And
Yeah.
so, but we were on there and we were talking about cookies, and well, we were talking about Doctor Who cookbook, and we were talking about cookies, and we were talking about tea biscuits, tea cookies, and
Yeah.
now I have these pink peppermint tea cookies, and everyone was like, I was like, I could put a spin on these. I could do something fun with them. And so I was kind of inspired. I love Jammy Dodgers.
Yeah.
All fans know, right? All
Yeah.
fans know the Jammy Dodger. And so I went and I found all my ingredients, but I was inspired by the TARDIS on that one.
Yeah.
And so I got the big blue sugar crystals, and I couldn't find raspberry at the time. I have since, but I don't know if I want to change it to raspberry because Jammy Dodgers can have either a raspberry or a strawberry filling. I don't know if I think in the States, you usually just get the raspberry, but over in the UK, you can get them with strawberry as well.
Yeah.
And so they were strawberry flavored, and then I tried to tint the white sugar, the confectioner sugar that goes on the outside. They didn't quite end up quite as blue as I liked, but I think next time I'll just make the inner part of the cookie really dark blue with the crunchy blue sugar inside, and then that light blue outside with that strawberry Jammy Dodger nod.
Nice.
And so those are my TARDIS tea cookies. Yeah, those are fun. There's a few things I think I may still yet come out with. I'm looking at a shortbread with raspberry jam, much like the Jammy Dodgers, but they won't be sandwich cookies like the way jammies are. I've got, what else do I have on there that I was looking at considering doing? Oh, I can't even think now.
I like the green ones. The mint ones.
The mint chip ones?
Yeah.
Those were inspired by Felicity from Arrow.
Really?
Her favorite, well, Emily Bett Ricard, who is Felicity for all intents and purposes, is Felicity. She's my hero, I swear. Well, she's my icon, not hero.
Yeah.
She's my icon. I can, when I go shopping, I consider what would Felicity do? What would Felicity wear? And but mint chip ice cream is her absolute favorite. And so, of course, me being the super uber fan that I am, I went and I made myself some Felicity cookies.
Oh, well, we should definitely tweet at her and make her aware of this.
And it's like, well, I know she's on Insta. I don't know if I have her on Twitter.
I follow her on Twitter.
Is she on Twitter?
Yeah. If I can't get a hold of her, I certainly know people who can.
It's probably Emily Bett, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't remember exactly what her Twitter handle is, but I know I have her.
Well, that's her Insta is Emily Bett.
Yeah. I don't know what the what the Twitter handle is, but we're
yeah, Emily Bett, there she is.
We're doing it. We're gonna tweet at her and be like, "Do you want free cookies?" Because
right, I'll be like, Emily. Yeah, she is. She's really my icon, and it's so funny.
Speaking of cookies, I gotta confess, Deanna was a little upset.
Oh, well, she's vegan, isn't she?
She is, but she was like, "I'm not that vegan."
I'm not that vegan. Well, then I may have to send her some cookies. Have her pick what she likes.
I will definitely tell her that, and
I will send her cookies because that ain't fair. Although I was looking, see, I have a friend who is a celiac patient.
Yeah.
Or a celiac, I should say, not a patient, but she is celiac, and so gluten-free. And I do have a few gluten-free cookies. My almond toile cookies are gluten-free, and I'm aware of when I bake, and when I make my cookies, of trying to eliminate as much gluten as possible. And so when I do my gluten-free cookies, I only do gluten-free cookies on that day.
Yeah.
So there's no flour on my counter. There's no, everything's clean and everything. So like those almond toiles. And I have another, and I'll probably end up making them. They're these crisp cookies, I think is what they're called.
Yeah.
I'm so bad at like remembering what all my things are called. It's horrible, right?
I forget what the name of the show is sometimes.
And it's like, but they're these crisp, there's crisp cookies, and they're gluten free as well. They're made with rice flour. But when I had originally made them, I made them with custard. They were fish fingers and custard for the 50th anniversary of Who.
Yeah.
And so I have a feeling I may make them shaped like fish fingers when I finally get to making a batch of them.
That will be the best thing in the history of ever.
Because, I mean, it's just like, I mean, they're fish finger cookies. I mean, most people know, fish, what are they? Fish sticks. We call them fish fingers in the house because we're dorks. So, everyone knows when I say fish fingers that, and it's like...
Did you know that when they shot that, it wasn't actually fish fingers?
Oh, I'm sure they weren't.
No, I found out that it was actually like these coconut cake things.
Yes, the coconut patties.
And
yeah.
And that's what he actually... So he didn't actually...
Eat fish fingers with custard, yeah.
Yeah.
That's an odd mix.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it would mess up your stomach.
But I could see Matt, though. I mean, Matt being Matt, I could have seen him actually eating fish fingers and custard.
Yeah. What do you think of the new Doctor, by the way?
I love Pete. I love Pete. I really do. His attack eyebrows and everything. And that jacket. Oh, my Lord.
Yeah. I like how he's like, he was supposed to be the serious Doctor at first. And now he's sort of like transformed into like the rock and roll Doctor.
He's the rock and roll Doctor. How can you not? And he plays. That's actually him playing when he plays.
Yeah.
He was in a punk band, of all things.
With the dude who used to host the Late Late Show, Craig Ferguson.
Yes, with Craig Ferguson. I love Craig Ferguson as well. I have a weakness for Scotsmen. I don't know if you've ever noticed this or not. Tennant is my favorite Doctor.
Yeah.
He is. But I have a leather jacket that I had found actually at the Goodwill, and I got it for like $12. This is a $250 leather jacket that I found that reminds me so much of Eccleston's Doctor.
Aww.
And I'm thinking that I'm going to have to track down, I mean, I have the boots, and I have the pants, the work pants, and I mean, it's a ring tee underneath.
Are you gonna cosplay 9?
And I am going to do a Fem 9. Yes.
Nice.
So now I just need to track down a 9th Sonic.
When you said Fem 9, you know what that made me think of, right? Because E3 just happened, right?
Right. Oh, so excited. Some of the announcements just make my heart sing from that.
Yeah, so like the new Mass Effect.
Yes.
I cannot wait for that. That looks so good.
Yes. I don't play a lot of video games, but when I do play them, I get a little obsessive. Right now we're playing Division.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited for the June update because I did buy the season pass. And so the new Underground model and battles should be so awesome. I just wish more people played on Xbox One.
Yeah. I'm a PlayStation guy.
I can't get there.
It's just where I've always been. I've always been a PlayStation guy. Maybe someday I'll venture over to the Xbox, especially now that they're coming out with like a smaller model.
Right. Well, the Slim, which I am really kind of excited about, but I just only got my Xbox. We have 2 systems in the house. So I go upstairs and I play in my bedroom while Dave sits down in the living room and plays. But it's just like, it's so funny because I get up there and I bought my system because we wanted to play Elder Scrolls Online. And that's why I bought it. And we do play occasionally. But this Division is it's the video game we've been waiting for, that we've always wanted. We were like, if I had the skills to program a video game, I'd make it do this.
Yeah.
And we actually happened to be just sitting down and watching the Xbox One announcement and the Microsoft at E3 when they announced the Xbox One. And they went into the Division, and we're sitting there going, we were literally just saying we wanted this game, and it was just like we waited impatiently for it. So yeah, we've been playing the heck out of it.
That's awesome. Man, I tell you what, we've almost gone 30 minutes. Like, this is great.
Well, when you've got a geek at heart, it's easy to just go, you know?
Yeah, most definitely. But we gotta wrap this thing up, put a bow on it, as Gilkerson would say from AfterBuzz. Shout out to you, Gilkerson.
With a pretty red and white ribbon.
Yeah.
It's bakery string.
With bakery string. But yeah, you guys, I really want you guys to go check out her website. Shout it out.
Let's see, it's lazycookieco.com, I think is what it is. I'm so bad. See? I told you.
Yeah, we'll put the links in the description. And check it out. You can order
Lazy
anywhere in the U.S.
Cookies. That's what it is. It's Lazy C Cookies.
LazyCCookies.com.
.com.
LazyCCookies.com. We'll put a link in the description. And if you live in the United States, you can order and check out all the nerdy cookies that she's got. She's baking them, and trust me, they are amazing.
And I actually do right now have the remnants of my Father's Day sale running right up till Friday. What is that? The 25th? Yeah. You got 2 more days to get in on it. It's 20% off your purchase.
Yeah, you hear that? 20% off for purchase till Friday. We could do a code if you want.
Yeah, I can. We can do a code. Actually, I will throw on right now. I will just go in and we can throw in a dirty nerdy code. How about that one?
Yeah. So we'll put.
How much? What do we want to save? 15? 20?
Let's go for 15.
15%? All right, we're going to do this here. We'll pull it up right now. We'll go dirty nerdy is the code. Let me write this down before I forget, even though I'm doing it right now.
Yeah.
Because I am a little left-brained and I forget things. Right into, there it is, the store. And Dirty Nerdy will take 15%. And we'll run it through, what do you think, the end of the month?
Yeah.
All right, right up until how about 4th of July? We'll run it right up to the 4th of July.
Yeah.
Because why not? All right, here we go. Just gonna click.
We're clicking things, you guys, but
Live.
But as you heard, if you go there and you put the code Dirty Nerdy in there,
15% off everything. There we go.
15% off. So go do that and get you some cookies and enjoy them. I've been Christopher Not Walking. This was the Dirty Nerdy Show with Libby Collins of the Lazy C Cookie Company. And it was a pleasure, Libby.
I've had so much fun.
Yeah, it was great. And we will see you guys next time. You got to come back to the show.
Oh, well, duh. I mean, this is so much fun.
Yeah. We'll be having Libby back a bunch. Later, you guys. We're out.